for starters, there's an emerald over there. You didn't make a big enough deal about our first cruiser.
Yeah, let's go talk about Emerald. You're right. It's an emerald.
Show them what we've got, chaps.
First cruiser we've seen, and it's emerald. I would not have guessed that.
Are they all wearing the same? I was so distracted by the fact that they're wearing a camo uniform. They're all wearing International Women's Day camo.
International Women's Day, which is a beautiful camo.
So we're going to come back and talk about that emerald in a minute. So we're seeing Captain Biggles in the emerald moving off to the west. Emerald is going to want some island cover.
Smoke screen set. Torpedoes direct front. Torpedoes direct front. Torpedoes to port.
Enemy battleship destroyed. We sank an enemy destroyer. We destroyed an enemy battleship.
Smoke generator activated. Smoke screen set.
Enemy battleship destroyed.
Fire! Torpedoes to port. Problem solved, sir.
Enemy battleship sunk.
Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes astern. Torpedoes to starboard. Smoke generator activated. Smokescreen set.
Enemy destroyer detected.
Enemy destroyer sunk.
Smoke generator activated. Smokescreen set. Fire! Problem solved, sir.
We sank their battleship.
Fire! Problem solved, sir. Fire! Fire!
We sank their battleship.
Problem solved, sir. Smoke generator activated. Smokescreen set.
Our team has taken the lead. has taken the lead. We sank their battleship. Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Torpedoes dead ahead. Torpedoes astern. Fire.
We sank their battleship.
You know, we like to make fun of the Emerald as a ship that blows up. Prince Ruprecht, Emerald, Cavour, Conte de Cavour, Jean-Bart B, and Verbus Unitas. We're going to come back and talk about that Emerald in a minute. Did we have any change on your side? No.
I don't believe so. No,
Looks like the same lineup. So Team Red has all opted to wear the same camouflage. They've all worn the International Women's Day camo, which I think is a classy camo that looks like one of those Western shirts that has flowers embroidered into it. And I think that's fun.
It is a fine camo. I think that's fun, although unfortunately the Ruprecht is not sporting it.
Did we miss the Ruprecht?
Yeah.
I thought they did have it. You're right. It's not. That's unfortunate. We're going to need another draw, fellas. Okay, initial movements. We're seeing Captain Biggles in the Emerald moving off to the west. Emerald is going to want some island cover. So, you know, we like to make fun of the Emerald as a ship that blows up. We always tease the Omaha at Tier 5, but that's really just because of so many Omahas that exist in the games. Emerald pops just as easily as Omaha when it gets faced with AP fire. Emerald's guns are really good, though. They're really punchy, and they can actually farm at least like tier superstructures quite easily. But I am very fearful for this cruiser player's ability to stay alive, because with 4 battleships on the enemy team, I mean, it feels like the Emerald might just be food.
Yeah, you know, if there's one thing that you want to see as a Julio player, it's Emeralds and Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I see right there. It's natural environment. Green team, you know, the Fubuki kind of solo pushing into Bravo. Massachusetts and Julio are shading towards Charlie. Lennon is kind of pushing in towards Bravo, and Zeton is going over to what you coined, or has been coined, Torpedo Alley or Torpedo Cove.
Yeah, we're seeing a large push from Team Red. Not as much of a split where, you know, you've got a clear split. I'm right behind all the ships on Team Green, and it's this beautiful fan of ships going out to focus these different areas. 5 ships moving on Alpha, right? Led by Emerald. Emerald, you know, does not want to encounter Fubuki. That's the biggest risk to Emerald, is finding the destroyer, because it'll get outspotted, and then, of course, it'll get shot up. And we are seeing our first shots coming in. These ones for Jean-Bart B. Jean-Bart responds with a shot of its own. It looks like against the Massachusetts of the green team. Bit of a chunk out of the mass. Bravo cap is capped. Red team knows Fubuki is there now, and they can figure out how they want to deal with an approaching destroyer. Fubuki moving off towards Charlie to grab the other cap. torpedoes coming for Prince Ruprecht, who is not running his hydros yet, but will be soon. And they all fall short. They all fall short, so he's probably not going to fire up his hydros right away. Emerald taking the cap there. He's behind an island. Zeton nearby. I think Emerald's spotting range is double digits. It's not a single digit. Not a single digit range,
but
if I
Emerald
recall.
Emerald has picked up the ICAP though.
Yes, he has. He's already earned his combat pay. Multiple torpedoes launched here from Prince Ruprecht, screaming out across the Bravo cap. Now we're seeing a Jean-Bart Ruprecht push. Ruprecht's hydros are up, and he's taken the lead. Looks like Jean-Bart is perhaps slowing down a little bit to allow this to happen. Shots are starting to be exchanged between the battleships over at Charlie, as well as Jean-Bart and Ruprecht. Verbus Unitas moving up. We're seeing that tier 5 battleship backline again, like we saw before, putting the bigger ships up front to tank and the backline of lower tier battleships waiting. Emerald not being particularly frisky over here at Alpha, just kind of waiting around for an opportunity to strike or for when he's called in. Now
Ruprecht takes a Fubuki torp on the snout there. Once again, with his hydros up, just probably couldn't get out of the way of it.
And we're going to see another
Jean-Bart
set approach. JB dodges just barely. Big shots coming in from Zeton against Ruprecht. This is an aggressive push by Jean-Bart and Ruprecht.
Yeah. Ruprecht's definitely now past that point of no return, right? Where you're in a secondary battleship and you're like, nope, now I just got to hammer down and try to angle towards the worst guy and hope for the best.
That's right. And you know what we're seeing, Ruprecht and Jean-Bart, neither of them have the tankiness of that Pomeran we saw when they pulled similar maneuvers in other matches. And of course, very centrally located. This is a tough push to make in any battleship. But definitely, it's causing our Ruprecht to go down there. Jean-Bart stayed back behind the island, having a little bit more cover than Ruprecht. Jean-Bart was able to not do that. Well, I gotta go now. Dive. If both ships had gone, it would have been doom for the red team. But we are probably going to see some spotting and shooting of that JB.
Emerald smoked up in Alpha and is gun farming a Zeton.
Mm-hmm. You know, I said earlier, Emerald doesn't want to find the destroyer, but perhaps that's actually the best matchup for it. If it can find the destroyer isolated, the AP on the Emerald is excellent for knocking out destroyers. So maybe at some point that's part of the strategy for bringing Emerald as well.
If I was in that Emerald, the only thing I would want to find is the Fubuki.
Yes. Secondary is coming off of Massachusetts for Jean-Bart, who is backing up around this island. JB knows where those three, well, at least where two of those ships are. I don't think anybody knows where the Fubuki is, although he has taken some damage. So at one point, he was spotted enough to get shot. JB's losing hit points in a consistent fashion here. And hopefully they can make some magic happen here before they get into a situation where they don't have any other choices. Lennon is holding a post there by the island, putting shots on Verbus Unitas, who is now spotted. Emerald using the island to great effect, but unfortunately for Jean-Bart, he's now got folks in front of and behind him. Emerald is just not enough to keep that Zeton from feeling comfortable to push up. Zeton's in the Alpha cap blocking it.
I think Emerald's hope is, it can torp him. Like, Emerald's got 7-kilometer torps. The Alpha on those is 15,000. So, you're hoping to conga line a bunch of torps into that Zeton and give him a bad time, maybe.
Yeah, and Zeton's aware of the rough location, at least, of the Emerald from being farmed earlier. And so he's using that island as kind of a ring around the rosy shield to block him from any sort of problem from the Emerald, so they can isolate and deal with that Jean-Bart right now.
Yeah, Zeton's hydros are up, so he should straight up just have him spotted, right? Like,
he probably is close enough. You're
those
right.
ranges, he's got him.
He's got him spotted. Emerald's going to try to make something happen. This could be very, very dicey for that ship. Overpen saved the day.
Here comes those conga torps.
Oh my goodness. Emerald, where's your smoke? I guess it doesn't matter, you're hydroed.
Torps slip the island.
It was
Zetan's
risky.
In,
Can Zetan get out of the way?
I
I
was gonna
think he
say
can.
Zetan's in reverse, I assume, because it's the rune of
Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
German battle cruisers. Here comes some.
That is the
You
end.
got it.
Emerald makes the shot. Well done to Captain Biggles _ EU.
Yes. Big up Biggles with the Emerald versus Zetan play there.
Love to see it, people. Love to see it. Emerald paying, again, earning their combat pay for sure. Fubuki is grabbing the Bravo cap. Unfortunately for Team Red, they lost the Jean Bart, they lost the Prince Rupert. Now it's 3 tier 5s versus an 8, a 5, and Fubuki's what, a 6, I think?
Yeah, Fubuki's a 6.
Fubuki's the Hatsuharu alternative. Lenin is moving in. Lenin, of course, a ship that would love to locate the Emerald and deal with this player if given an opportunity.
BSSE with 2 caps. Scores close, 600 to 575 right now.
That's right.
With a minute 20 left to play in this game. You know, can they hang on to this and with the 2 cap advantage just win on points, or is it going to turn into a ship's fight? Emerald's feeling their oats here, and they're pushing out in front of this Lenin.
Yeah, this is real risky.
Oh my gosh! Lenin shells.
What just happened?
Do you see those shells just
I
go
did.
into the ocean? And here comes he's diving into to get the other side torps online, and here they
He
come.
needs to be launching his smoke. He's got. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, he's smoking.
There he
Get that
goes.
torp, and
Ladies,
he's
dear
hidden.
Wargaming, stop. Name is Clyde. Stop. Just saw Emerald bounce Lenin shells from 5.1 kilometers. This must be something to do with moving the development to Serbia. That would never have happened in the St. Petersburg office.
The torps maybe one.
Yeah, it looks like one. And hydros
Still,
go up for Emerald.
Watching those shells ricochet off and just go into the drink.
That was so amazing.
You gotta save this on the VOD, and that little clip needs to end up in next year's Golden Barnacles. That's
no joke.
And here comes the torps again.
I don't care that they're gonna lose. Like, play of the game. 5 seconds left.
Overpens.
This is gonna go.
Overpen animations.
Wow.
Wow. These torps are gonna get home.
He's gonna get a kill at the end, but of course the game has been decided.
That was amazing.
Emerald apparently needs a nerf, ladies and gentlemen. I don't understand anything about what just happened. What? Emerald OP. This is all that the guys are talking about in here. It's so good. Well, one comment. You and me made the other comments. Great freaking game. GG to the competitors here. I'm going to bounce out of this room, Scott.